What's map right here? This is a pretty interesting map. It's a map of all the air traffic control zones within the United States. You see, these are all set up so that airplanes flying through these areas won't accidentally crash into each other, because that is a big issue. Even though the sky is pretty gigantic, it's also important to be able to maintain where all the aircraft are. Even way before anything really bad happened, like 9/11, they still have all of these traffic control areas set up. And I think they're pretty interesting because obviously over here on the East Coast, they are a little bit smaller, but they're still fairly large. And so they have very specific cities that they chose. Salt Lake going all the way up to the Canadian border, I think is pretty interesting. Going through the history about these, I couldn't find a good date of when all of these were set up. Obviously, it hasn't been that long because airplanes being used by the public has not been a thing for that long. However, I do think it's interesting that places like Oakland are the center, when Oakland, if you know anything about Oakland, is not that big of a city and has reduced in importance over the decades.